still prefer him. Cheers, buddy. That's better. Oh, should have had bucket hats.
Should have done.
Yeah. Django, when he walked out with that bucket hat to do Chewer's thing, was so good.
Yeah, that was fun.
So good. Karl, we're back in the coffee shop. It's the morning after the Reyes Cup, and surprisingly, you're looking quite chipper this morning.
It's the best I've ever felt. The day after an event, did not go out.
No?
No. Do you know what? I've hardly gone out this trip. I must be getting old, fat and old.
See, for once you've been professional.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think I had one night out with Scott, that were it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
and even that was by accident.
Oh God, I don't want to hear about it. Do you reckon Team Asia went out last night, partying in the streets of Manila after lifting the Ryers Cup?
It's in a couple of posts. It don't look like they went out together.
No?
It looks like they just went out, did their own thing.
There's a lot of family time I saw. I mean,
Yeah.
I went in that Team Asia dressing room afterwards. We were going around interviewing all the players and stuff. It was rammed. There were so many people in there, and it was an amazing moment. I'm sure you'll see it on our socials at one point, but AJ Manis is in there. His grandparents came in to celebrate with him, his parents. So it was a really nice touch. And there's so many people there. And I think the atmosphere that I felt in there, that everyone was just so proud of each other and just enjoying that moment with each other.
Different culture, I suppose.
Yeah, completely.
I'm used to you win the Mosconi, there's already about 40 beers in there. Next thing, we're fighting with each other. We're waking up to fines off Matchroom. It's all going on, do you know what I mean? Asia, obviously over here, they probably do things a little bit different. Maybe they just go with a family, have a bit of food and go to bed, you know what I mean? Listen, we need to address the elephant in the room.
Okay,
This
hit me.
is called the break room.
Yeah.
Yeah? We do this in the morning, right? We roll out of bed, we put dirty clothes on that are us on the floor. We don't have a shower or a wash, and we get a coffee. It's not supposed to be polished and professional, is it?
I mean, I've done more polished professional content in my career, I'll say that.
Yeah, so you guys in the comments, leave it out.
Yeah, Karl's getting rattled there. Well, so what did you make of day 4? I mean, obviously we knew that it wasn't, it was kind of all over already.
Yeah.
The rest of the world, they came out with a little bit of a fight, at least more fight than we'd seen in the 3 days beforehand, and it gave us a little bit more entertainment. Obviously, we don't want the night to be over after 2 matches, so what did you make of the action?
Yeah, I don't really know. Probably just. I mean, obviously they won a couple of points, didn't they? So 11-3 it finished up. Obviously Jason didn't have much of a go against Yap. Yap were flawless. Still missed an easy ball inside though, Jason. I think it was to go 1-1.
Yeah.
He's missed a few easy ones. I don't know whether he's, sometimes you might be tweaking with your tip or your shaft, but I think he's been using the same equipment for a while. But it just seems when he's playing with a bit of spin, he's just not knocking the balls in, which is not like Jason Shaw, obviously. But obviously, it probably goes a bit deeper. They're getting drilled out. It's not nice going out there. We've already spoke about this. Obviously, in the end, it was good to see both Mosconi Cup captains get their little point on the board, and then
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just a bit of. They were going to win, obviously. We just didn't know what score it was going to end up.
Yeah. You talk about the equipment. I think it's interesting. I keep speaking to Yap about this. Yeah, it's a US Open final.
Yeah.
Yap obviously won everything this year. He's not happy with his equipment. He brings his toolbox everywhere with him, and he's changing. I ask him, I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm changing the weight of this because I'm not comfortable. I've changed." Yesterday, I said before his match with Jason, he just changed to a new book because he wasn't happy. He tinkers with everything.
Yeah, pretty wild. That quite unique. I mean, a lot of players, they kind of know what sort of cue they like, as in the weight, the tip shape, obviously the shaft, and even obviously players, they might do a 3 or 4 year cue contract. Something else comes along, or they move, they want something a little bit different, and players can pretty much get used to new cues fairly quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people quicker than others, but Yap just seems to be always doing something to the cues. Quite unique, really.
But is that even more crazy, the fact that he's winning so much, yet just tinkering all the time? Because I know, obviously, well, you'll know better than anyone. Players get so comfortable with equipment, and it takes you time to adapt and get used to it. He's not comfortable with his equipment, and yet he's won UK Open, Florida Open, US Open, and now the Reyes Cup.
Well, if you remember, probably it was definitely over a year ago. He was chopping and changing at the events.
Yeah.
He was pulling the wood shaft out, then the carbon. And, you know, at some point you've just got to stick with it, haven't you? And sort of battle through. I mean, he's obviously not too bad with it because of what he's won. He's not going to be thinking, well, this doesn't feel good, or I'm not quite happy with this, because you just won't be able to win them tournaments. But he played some nice shots against Shaw, a couple of nice little favourable rolls, but I think Shaw said in the interview, if you miss an easy ball or do something a bit silly, you kind of do get punished, especially in the race to 5. There's not a lot of room for error, is there?
Yeah. Well, I feel obviously we got the 4 matches in the end. Yap's single point did put him top of the MVP standing, so he would have been a 2-time MVP. Obviously, they then lost the doubles. It didn't really affect the MVP because of the rack differential and stuff like that. But then Chua slipping up to Fran.
That was a big one for me because Chua, you know, he's in the Philippines.
Well, that stat that you said on comms, neither of them last year won a singles point.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Because I feel like I remember Chua having a really good tournament, and then I spoke to him afterwards. He was like, I didn't really do much last year.
Yeah, I mean, my inner Phil Yates and Michael McMullen come out because I've been thrown into a bit of a lead comms role.
You've been stat man this week.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden, for some reason, someone's decided I'm going to be a lead comms. You know, so. And an interviewer after the final, interview winner.
I saw that.
And introduced Prez. I think the only thing I've not done yet at a matchroom pool tournament is actually like held the camera, you know, zoomed in on the balls.
We can find a place.
We'll have a go at that.
Yeah.
Florida, I introduced the players. And
Your
by the
MC,
way,
go on.
I'll tell you something that I did do, which is pretty funny.
Go on.
Which I forgot about. Obviously, on the documentary, the matchroom documentary, when Barry Hearn comes to the table, it's my voice coming through the PA.
In the US Open.
Yeah,
and they
so
started playing The Gambler.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Mr. Barry Hearn.
Yeah, and like somebody I know messaged me. They were obviously watching it, saying, "Have I just heard your voice on the
in the PA?"
They didn't say that because they didn't know it. They said, "Have I just heard your voice introducing Barry Hearn?" I said, "Yeah, I got thrown under the bus for that one as well." But back to the pool.
Yeah.
Shame for Chua. I fancied him coming out. I really thought he were going to beat.
I thought he was going to seal the win.
But if you look at the game of Nineball, right, no matter what races, but obviously it was a race to 5, and you look at what can happen, forget teams, singles and whatever else, but just the game. Chua had ball in hand at 3-2 up.
Yeah.
Hooked himself, and then Fran ended up coming back and winning the match. If Chua doesn't hook himself and he runs out, he's 4-2 up. I'm convinced he wins. So it just shows you when you make an error like that. This is what I'm saying about like day one. Fran misses the 8 in the side.
Yeah.
Shaw missed a few balls. Then Skyler at 3-0 down on day one misses the 2 ball. The game's just got a knack of punishing you.
Like a roll-on effect that just leads into...
Yeah, it just happens, it's just, you just don't... You know, sometimes you get away with it, of course you do. But 9 times out of 10, the game's got a funny way of just like, you know, not giving you anything. And that goes for even coming into tournaments without preparation or anything. And things like that. If you don't prepare right, you don't seem to get them little rubs of the green and things like that.
For Fran, how important would that win been for him? Because it's not been a good week for him at all. So at least,
yeah, I know what you mean. But
just at least he can go out with his head held a little bit higher than it was before.
Probably not.
No?
I think we're just trying to pick the bones with what you are. I'm not. I think no, and the reason why is because listen, they've gone into the final day. You know, 9-1 down. I mean, they didn't win a match other than a team point. So obviously, it is a bit like, well, is it just throw your arm at a few shots, blah-de-blah-de-blah. I mean, at the end of the day, Yap won the first point, didn't he, against Shaw?
Yeah.
And then Shaw and Skyler won the doubles.
Yeah.
If Chua doesn't hook himself, he probably would have won that point. So it'd have been 11-2 with both Mosconi Cup captains winning a point, so it's a bit anticlimactic. It was a bit like, well, whatever. At some point, you look at Team Asia, well, if he loses, doesn't really matter. The scoreline was too big, and just look at the players that they got coming out constantly.
Well, that Chua defeat did mean that it went to the fourth match, and it kind of seemed in the stars that it was Carlo and AJ to get that final point, and obviously that win meant that AJ overtook Yap for the MVP award.
Yes.
18-year-old rookie MVP, it's some achievement.
It is some achievement. I wouldn't say he played insanely unbelievable, but he played good. You know what I mean? Between him and Carlo, for me, they were the best two sort of players in Team Asia. This week, I think, obviously, Chua did his bit. He come with a couple of big shots, which sometimes, obviously, in a race to 5, doubles and singles, you don't actually play a lot of pool. Sometimes that one big shot, it was in the doubles, Chua had like a cutback 7, blind pocket, and he ripped it in. You know, sometimes that's your sort of moment. But I think Biardo was good this week. Not just good on the table, but just good when you listen to him in doubles.
100%.
He was just saying, do what you want.
That's what he said to AJ. He was like, I'm here. He was kind of like, I'm here if you need me. But go do your own thing.
And he's a good doubles player, isn't he? Because he doesn't, you know, if his partner makes a mistake and he has to knock the big shot in, you can't imagine him going backstage going, you know, I need that. You know what I mean?
There's worse players to depend on when you need a big shot being knocked in than Karl Boyes.
But obviously good for the event, good for the Philippines, good for AJ Manis, a young kid like that, getting his MVP. Obviously, team rest of the world, not a great week, but obviously there's a lot of positives from coming from the event. I thought the final evening was a decent atmosphere in there.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You had all that full. Obviously, and I think a lot of the times we're there and we're in it and we can feel it, but you know, even like the pictures what get put out online and the videos, it probably never does it quite justice other than a Mosconi Cup. It's like Hanoi. Okay. If you look at the pictures or you're in the arena or sometimes, you know, you get your phone out and take a picture, you go, no.
I agree.
But when you're there, it feels a lot different. So I thought last night was really good. If we had that every night, don't forget the arena's quite big.
It is a big arena.
Yeah, so for the amount of people that are coming, it probably isn't quite right.
Yeah.
I remember my first Mosconi, I probably already said this, but I'll just mention it again. 2010, it was me, Darren Appleton, Ralph Suke, Mika Immonen, Vandenberg. Yeah, Johan was captain. Your call, have you been at your call?
No, it's Bethnal Green though, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously Match have done a load of boxing events over the years.
Yeah.
I think they might still do the odd one there.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Tiny room, not that wide. There's a bit of seating here, there's a balcony, low ceiling. I think, it might be wrong, but I'm sure somebody said there was like 350 people there for 2010 Mosconi. It was violent, mate. Yeah. I mean, violent atmosphere. You come down the stairs, everyone was crammed in. You're playing a shot. If you're sat there, I feel like you could grab the cue off me.
Because the crowd is on top of you.
They're on top of you.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of we need a big arena, we need loads of seats. I mean, obviously that's great. But if you go small room and a few tiered seats, I'm telling you, that is violent.
Yeah.
It can be rough. So, obviously, because it's such a big basketball arena, it kind of gets a little bit lost. But good crowd last night. All that were full. Obviously, all the VIP seats, which kind of looks empty even when they're full, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of space there for them.
Yeah.
So all them were full. And then even to the right, quite a lot of that had seats in. The bit on the left was still a bit empty, but obviously when they're walking in, they're just going to sit there. So last night was really good atmosphere. And obviously it's going to grow, isn't it?
It is going to grow.
Well, the Asians don't really understand the concept of abusing the opposite team, do they?
Not like the Americans.
Friendly, you know, exactly, in the bantery way. But really enjoyed last night. Even the lineup, I said at the top of the show, let's just forget the score line. Tonight's a great lineup. Yeah. A lot of people in there. And obviously there was a few matches, so...
Yeah, as I say, like, in any tournament, if you're going out and you're watching FSR versus Chua, you know you've got a good match. You're watching Yap versus Shaw, you've got a good match. You've seen Carlo and AJ line up, you've got a tasty encounter coming up. So yeah, regardless of the scoreline, it was big name lineups. That's
what I love about the format though, as in whether it's team or singles or doubles, is irrelevant. It's the fact that you buy your ticket, you get a few matches. I think that's a concept that could be took into singles tournaments. Darts do it a lot. I know it's a faster game and everything, and shorter matches, but you know, you buy a ticket, go to darts, you're getting 3 matches at some of the events, 5 matches at others. You get to see a lot of the stars, aren't you? So I think that concept
the biggest
works.
names in the sport.
Yeah, but listen, overall, you know, on reflection, Asia, they're just far too strong. I mean, they've got like 4. They've got like 3 players that are big-time tournament winners.
Yeah.
They've got Duong Quoc who's obviously come from this land of pool in Vietnam that we seem to have discovered.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be long before he nicks one of the big ones. Obviously.
I agree.
Well, he won the Scottish Open, and that was
a really strong field.
Yeah, brutal field.
Yeah.
Even I played in that. Yeah, beat me. No, I mean, listen, that field's really strong, and obviously McGoldrick's up in Scotland always do a fine job, and they just have that row of tables, it's intimate, and they get a lot of people in watching.
Yeah, we went this year, and it was
it's good,
excellent.
Really good. So obviously he's won that tournament, but when we're talking about, like, we know Chua's not won the World Championships or the US Open, but he's won Hanoi and he's won the World Cup of Pool. So Chua's done it in that main matchroom arena. That's what I mean. Like, Duong's not done it yet in that arena.
I agree.
But
I think
I think he will do.
I agree.
I think he plays too good.
And when I speak to him via his partner, one of the things that, and they said basically since the Reyes Cup last year, one of the things he's grown in is just confidence.
Yeah.
He said that gave him confidence. He played in Hanoi for the first time last year, and home crowd, everything like that, it got to him. Yeah. He got nervous.
Well, a lot of us always have a bit of a thing between the pool players. If you can play in a matchroom arena, you can play in anything. That's what we always. That was our thought process. Whether that was the World Pool Masters, Mosconi, World Cup Pool, because obviously there was only 3 events back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was always our mindset. So what we're getting at is you've obviously got your Biardo, your Yap, like they're at the top, the creme de la creme, right?
The elite.
Chua is there, but I know he's not won the Worlds or the US Open, so maybe we'll just put him slightly below, fair enough. Duong just below him, and then AJ, you can't really rank him in that sort of category.
No,
he's so young, but he's a prodigy. It's like when Phil come on the scene, just a scary talent.
Yeah.
So obviously when you look at Asia, and obviously look at them last year where you didn't have AJ and you had Ko Pin Yi, next year it might not be them 2, it could be Ko Pin Chung.
Yeah.
Then it might not be him, it could be, I mean, it's just frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so much talent.
That's what I'm saying.
So
the issue you have got is Team Rest of the World have to send 4 world-class players plus another. And when I mean another, I don't mean you get your cue out and play. I mean, no, but I mean somebody who, whether it's a young player, like Felix Vogel, Moritz Neuhausen, someone who's come through the rankings who's got in off their own merit, but is a rookie, because they can be protected.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They can be protected a lot easier.
Say if you've got like 4 killer players, do you put someone in that's like a team man or a young guy?
Well, it depends on the captain. You would say yes. Like I say, I've said this numerous times. I come from the school of Johan Roysnick, for me the greatest captain ever, because he just made you feel like unbelievable. He'd pull you to one side, he'd say the right thing at the right time, and everyone was on the same page. There was no ego. Everyone had their role. So what I'm concerned about is that Team Rest of the World, if you look at the team this year, you got Gorst, who's number 1, who's yet to perform in the team environment. Looked great this week, by the way. That's not because he can't play. It's probably because things are quite not right within the team, or like obviously I was captain last year, Jeremy this year. But you got Shaw, you got Woodward, he's a good player, but he's not a great player.
Yeah.
He's not Biardo, is he?
Who, Skylar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not a Biardo, he's not a Chua.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He'll openly admit it. He don't really practice. He's obviously got a young family. He's making his money through our avenues. So it's not like a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just the path he's a bit like me. That's the path I went down. Do you know what I mean? But when you're talking about like trying to go out there and beat them lot, you're just not going to do it with the teams that are going. Yeah. It's just never going to happen. So you want a close event. You want it to be competitive, but you need to send the right team. If you don't send the right guys, you're not beating them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Neuhausen, like I said, young, he qualified, he can be protected. Fran, obviously world champion, US Open champion. but he doesn't look himself in the team events. So why is that?
Yeah.
It's got to be down to captains. I was a captain. He was in my team. I'm happy to take full blame. It was a tough job. You know what I mean? I learnt a lot. I learnt a lot about myself within the practice room and all that. It's a different skill. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it can't be learnt, or you got to put a lot of effort in. You know, just trying to wing it. And if you, even when you look at the captains are getting announced quite late in the season. Maybe the captains need more time. They need to suss it out. So maybe the captains have not quite been the right picks. How many captains have we got out there as well, by the way, to pick from? That's the other thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like player captains don't really think that works.
Well, we'll get on to that. But for Jeremy Jones, what will his takeaways be mainly from this week?
Listen, Jeremy's a great guy. We've become very pally over the years since we've been doing the comms.
You'll be back in the comms box with him tomorrow.
Yeah, we're back in the comms.
Open, so I'm sure there'll be a bit of
yeah, we'll have a bit
back
of a
and
laugh.
forth. Yeah,
obviously he needed a bit of time to dissect it all. But obviously Jeremy's a coach. He does a lot of coaching throughout the States. Obviously being a coach where you're helping people on the table. And then trying to put a bit, that's where I struggled. Like, because of my character and like what I'm like with people, I found it hard to like show the lads like discipline. Or maybe, like all the lads will say, oh yeah, Boyes is a good laugh, he's a Jack the lad, he's one of the lads. But did he really respect me enough as a captain? Maybe not. And I didn't go in hard, you know what I mean? I should have gone in firmer. I knew Catchy was struggling, but I thought Catchy's a world-class player. He don't need me telling him anything.
Yeah.
Well, I should have been going in harder on him, you know what I mean? Making more effort to get him to the table, maybe do a bit of one-on-one. You know what I mean? I kind of like bottled it a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what Jeremy's done.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeremy will say, listen, I did my job, I did enough. Maybe he says, I needed more time. I don't know.
For that role, you know, if you compare it to like a football, for example, for that role, that captain's role, is it?
What I'm getting at is, I think us as a tour need to be a bit careful. We don't disrespect the role of captain.
Yeah.
It used to be a big job. It used to be a bigger role. And if you look at Team America, I mean, we're throwing Woodward as captain again. I mean, is he up to the job? He's not a Johan, is he? I mean, Johan captained America. I think 3 times, was it? And he, in America, won twice under him. Up against strong European team. So there's something in it, isn't there?
Do you think that role, like as I say, if you look at like a football,
Layla's a good captain as well.
Well, is that role about you want a coach who can coach the talent? Or are you more after kind of like a man manager, a tactician?
So when you're saying coach, you're on about somebody to help you here.
Yeah.
No, because...
And that's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Is it about someone improving your game, or is it about... because they're elite players, they don't really need that.
No, it's not about that.
But is it, that man management, that tactician, strategy, that kind of...
It's the man management, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's about understanding these 5 guys that are on your team that don't probably speak the same language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have different personality traits. You know what I mean? But so what I'm saying is, me and Neil's Fine are completely opposite ends of the scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were quite similar for a period of time when I thought I need to get my head on a little bit. But even then, we used to laugh and joke in the practice room because Neil's had his half an hour on his own.
Yeah.
So as soon as he went, he didn't even have to say it. We knew he needed his half an hour. So Daz would go outside for a smoke. Vandenberg would sit on his phone. I'd go for a wander talking bullshit to somebody. Everyone just left Neil's to it.
Yeah.
And it weren't an issue. We didn't go off and start speaking behind folks' back saying, what's this clown doing here? What needs half an hour? And then literally, floor manager would come in and say, right, 5 minutes till we go live. And I'd put my cues together and hit a few balls. And Neil's used to go,
and he's been doing it for an hour already.
Yeah, but he'd go, you're unbelievable.
But it worked.
Yeah, it was just, I got in the zone a different way and he did it.
Yeah.
So I think the captain's about sort of understanding all that.
Did you see last year when you did it, did you see within that European team that you had, did you see everyone kind of had different ways of doing it, or was it, or were they trying to do something different? But like Federer, for example, I think this week, Federer is so meticulous in how he prepares at the moment. You know, every day he'll do his stretching. He'll put hours in the practice room.
Yeah.
Even the way he goes down to cue, you know, it's all smooth. And this week he just seemed a little bit different. Even on the table, you know, he's chatting, he's laughing about and stuff. He's not playing how he used to. So do you think it needs to be separate where, you know, he can be left to do Federer's thing?
100%.
Yeah.
It has to be. I mean, I can only go off what I've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I used to play my doubles points, I used to play a lot of them with Appleton. And I played with Ralph, and I played with Mika, Vandenberg. So when I played with Appleton, he was a better safety player. His cue ball was better than mine, right? I was just a raw potter. Yeah. And obviously that's coming from not putting the work in. I mean, I remember working with Laley as a vice captain, and I was thinking, you know, if I knew this when I was playing, this is scary. All these practice drills they do, and it makes a lot of sense because when you come to matches, certain shots come up. So obviously the Dutch are very good at that. So I remember when me and Daz played, if the balls were a bit sticky and it was a safety, he was going to play the shot. So I don't need to be getting out of my chair in the arena to go up and start chatting because I've got a mic on, because I want to get my face on TV. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? I want to win the match, so I used to just sit in the chair. And now and again, if he had a bit of brain fog or he wanted a little bit of like reassurance, which wasn't a lot, but now it would happen, he might say, "What do you reckon?" And then, but that's him telling me to come up. Yeah. I ain't going up going, "Oh, well, what about?" Because
I think you should do this.
I'm not even saying telling him what to do, but even just giving him my opinion, which is fine. Yeah. But you've got 30 seconds, and it's brain fogging him, then, isn't it? And obviously, you wasn't working for the company, but we ended up playing the World Cup of Pool and losing in the final. But the first day, I did all the commentary and the studio work with Michael Bridge. And the next day, Canada couldn't make it because it was around COVID time. Me and him ended up playing.
What was it, Team GB team?
C, B, C, D, like that. We ended up losing to Filler in the final of the doubles, right? But after day one, Daz was still playing pool. Obviously, I'd quit for a long time, but I sort of kind of left up from where when I stopped playing, I was always a pretty good potter of the ball. Yeah. And after day one, basically, he was struggling, so it got to the point where in one of the matches, I think I better go first, Daz. But we understood that, do you know what I mean? We understood that, and that's fine. You can have a bit of a laugh and a giggle about it, but I think all these different characters, you know, they've got, like Shaw likes to get up and get involved a lot, but it's hard. If I say to you, all right, pop this ball and leave the cue ball there, it's going to be very hard for you to just get up and do that.
Well, I don't want to just interrupt you, but...
Oh, we've just been slating you.
Huh?
Just been slating you on camera.
Slating?
Dogging.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting something?
No, you're all good.
We're not really.
You're all good, JJ. How are you feeling this morning? Rough week, or you all good?
Oh, all right. Just woke up tired.
JJ probably went through the same thought process as me. Oh, it'd be nice to have the cue back out and hit a few balls in the arena.
Philippines Open?
No.
Nah.
Cues are at home.
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots.
Oh, no, I heard.
Get in.
No.
You usually like it.
No, I like playing. Got my cues maybe, but I don't have my cues.
Yeah. We can get you one.
Yeah, it's different.
Next year? Back on tour?
I don't know.
I might go back on for a few events.
Yeah, I've heard this. YouTube series, wasn't it?
Yeah, but listen, I think it's the only way I might lose some weight again. Alright?
Yeah.
And and I mean, surely I can get in this team. Jesus Christ.
What, Team ROW?
I mean,
Captained by Jeremy Jones, headlined by Box Office Boys.
One last swing at it, pal.
Boys versus Biardo at the Reyes Cup.
Let's go, baby. Right, where was we before JJ interrupted?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. I mean, you were talking doubles. You and Appleton.
Yeah, so just the rolls.
Yeah.
Same, like if they broke and it was dry and we had some kind of long pot, Des would just leave me to it.
Yeah.
And even if like have took a little bit longer over a particular shot, you don't need someone come up saying, because sometimes you're just processing a bit. You're doing what you need to be doing. Obviously, this started with Fedor goals. You watch Fedor in singles, he's looking down every line of the pot. He's going through his routine. I noticed when him and Moritz played doubles, Moritz were chirping in quite a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that's a bad thing from Moritz. He probably doesn't understand it. But maybe on reflection, maybe it's like, listen, Fedor's not the worst player in the world, just
leave him to
it. Just because of the way he goes about it. Yeah. Some players don't mind that chat. You've seen it with Shaw and Skyler. They played all right, and they're having a bit of a laugh and a giggle. That's just their way of going about it.
Because of the characters that they are.
Yeah, exactly. But that doesn't suit Fedor, does it? Fedor needs to be zoned in and left to it.
So to think, obviously, look ahead to the Mosconi. Skyler's the captain. Do you think Skyler will take that away as well from this week? And you know, looking at, because if you got to think, if Team USA are going to perform in Ali Pali, a lot of that's going to be down to Fedor Boyes.
Yeah, I mean, Skyler's been captain before. It's not gone great, has it? I don't really see what's going to change.
Do you not think there'll be any learnings made from last year?
I just don't like player captains.
Yeah.
I think the players have got enough to do. They're trying to perform, they're trying to play well in a brutal environment. Ali Pali is one of the best arenas, if not the best arena we play in.
Yeah.
I think they've got enough to do. I think certain characters might get away with it, but I just think captains are good, aren't they? There's not a lot of them about, is there? There's
yeah.
You know, maybe not that many in America. There's still a few that we could probably field from Europe.
Why not flying Django Bustamante?
Yeah, Captain America, yeah.
Cheers, Double J.
But I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I just think, I mean, listen, obviously, Shaw's good for the TV and the show and everything. Obviously, he performed well last year, so...
he won MVP last year.
Yeah, listen, but he's a character that can probably handle it, because we all know what he's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's always Shaw's one of them.
Well, he's one of them where you know exactly how to get the best out of him, and he knows how to get the best out of him. And in that environment, you know, he can have a chat, he can have a laugh, because he still performs, and that's his kind of natural game.
But his last few team events, he's not performed as well as I think he should be performing.
Okay.
I don't think he is. I know what he's about. I know his game. You know what I mean? He's got more in the tank. You know what I mean? So even like when we say stuff in comms or in the studio, obviously a lot of it's a bit more tongue-in-cheek and you're bravadoing it up, but at the same time, it comes from like the best place. Yeah. Because we know how good he can be and how good he is.
Well, Philippines Open this week.
I can't wait. It starts tomorrow.
Well, we're going to find out. Well, we're going to basically find out the top 3 players from both teams.
Yes.
After this one, obviously, from a European perspective, Moritz is a lock now. You'd like, unless something crazy happens, I think Labutis is a lock as well. So 2 rookies in Team Europe.
Yep.
And also, Claudio Cacci is flying into Manila today.
Phil's third.
Phil's third at the moment.
Do we know what the points difference is?
I think he is, don't quote me, I think he's about 11,000 in front of Claudio Cacci.
So Claudio needs a deep run.
He needs a deep run.
Yeah. Phil's not playing, right?
No. But he is more than capable. Got to the semi-final in Saudi.
I don't know, he's capable.
More than capable.
He is more than capable, but you know, when we're talking about tournaments, this might be as tough as it gets. Do you know how many Filipinos have entered or not?
Not off the top of my head. It's going to be about half a field.
Wow. Listen, there'll be some players in this undercover that we've never heard of.
Well, I spoke to Fedor yesterday. Said, how are you feeling about it? And he goes, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah, it will be.
I said, yeah, and he goes, no local player is paying $500 to enter if they can't play.
No, and obviously the people will want to enter. You'll still get a few chopsticks in it because you know people have got a lot. Some people have got a lot of money. They just want to play in it. Yeah. But can we just talk about the actual tournament for a second?
Yeah, hit me. I know you're a fan.
Well, obviously people watching this video might just be thinking, oh, it's another 256 double a limb or whatever else. But
it's not.
It's not. It's 128 players.
Yeah.
There's still 2 or 3 spots available. That's always the case because someone will enter and then they don't show up. So there might be the odd 1 or 2 buys, but you never know. So let's just say 128 players,
Yeah.
playing on 8 tables,
Yeah.
which is crucial for me,
In the middle of a shopping mall.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing eyes to it, people are thinking, what's this? So we can get the branding out there and blah, blah, blah. And there's not a lot of tables what are going to go unmissed or undercover. So everyone who plays in this event, when they play their match, they're going to feel like they're part of something special.
Yeah.
They're not playing on table 17 down there with no one
In
watching.
the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to think, oh, this is all right. Obviously, we'll have our main setup, but everyone's in with 8 tables. It's not big.
It's in a
Yeah, it's 4
configuration
like
around
Florida.
that. Yeah.
Like Florida Open, we got 4, then we got 2 and a 2 on
Two
the
and
end.
two,
So everyone's going to
basically.
feel great.
Yeah.
Right? And
Balcony round the top,
and
everyone
can we
looking
just,
over.
Are we allowed to throw it out there that this was my idea, nobody else's?
If you want to take credit, then absolutely.
No. But I want confirmation from you that it is my idea. I don't want no one else taking like the credit
You know
for
what,
this.
Carl? I'll give you that.
I've got proof on WhatsApp messages with Henry. It's all my idea.
Leaking the WhatsApps.
I've been vying for this
Yeah.
forever because I think double elimination is the worst thing ever invented.
The
And
worst thing.
Yeah, and I don't
Okay.
think we should be doing it on professional tour.
Okay.
I'm happy to keep the US Open and the World Championships
Oh.
as that, so
Yeah.
just because of the history.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's got a place in professional sport. I don't think it happens in any other walk of life.
Yeah.
I think it was made for pool rooms because
Yeah.
they wanted to keep you in the pool room 24/7. And I think from a logistics point of view, this is going to feel so much easier
Yeah.
on 8 tables. Social media, you're not going to miss a beat on any table. It's easy to cover this or what's happening there, blah, 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 blah. I think from a show perspective, he's been beat, he's out, see you later, he's through. I just think it's easy. But the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, well, exactly. And obviously, Florida, we trialled a few things differently. We tried a new seeding, rankings, see how that did. We tried obviously the table formats and stuff. So we're
Yeah.
constantly trying to
Of course,
do
yeah.
new things. Philippines Open, single elimination, 128. I mean, you could very easily get into a scenario because we've seen so many times where top players are having to go through the losers side, or you could see Federer lose match 1 and go home. And what a headline that would be. But
Yeah.
you also wouldn't be surprised with the talent out here.
No, because obviously it's such a strong field, but also from a pool player's perspective, they're travelling from event to event to event. Sometimes losing's not like a bad thing
Yeah,
because it means you can either stay in the country or travel about a bit,
yeah,
book a flight, go home, chill out till the next event. We've been on the road nearly 3 weeks.
yeah.
These pool players are on the road a lot, so getting beat now and again ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Change your flight, off I go. Go Barocca, go
Yeah.
LA Cafe, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
up to you, innit? So it's not a bad thing. But listen, pool players, professional pool players, want to play in good setups, good arenas. You know what I mean? So, I just don't get the mindset of, oh, I've lost, I've got to come through the losers section. You're just playing all these matches for nothing.
Yeah.
You're playing a load of dead guys in round 1 and 2. This'll be good, honestly.
I think the quality will improve in this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we still know there's some top boys missing.
Yeah.
We get that, but it's still going to be a great field. But I think the fact that we know how Matchroom set up the arena, so the fact that we're going into a mall, which is not a new thing for Matchroom, they've done it years ago.
Yeah.
But it's a new thing for
So in the modern era of the tour, it's
Emily
a new
and
setup.
the World
Yeah.
Nineball Tour, World Nineball Tour. It's never been done, but obviously this. Do you know I played World Cup of Pool with Peach one year? I don't know if it was in that mall. I need to get digging.
It was in the Robinsons Mall.
Yeah,
I was
I
speaking
played in
to Al-Kaidi.
Yeah,
about
I played in that tournament.
Literally 5 minutes walk
My
away from
memory's
here.
so bad. I
Yeah.
don't remember being round here.
When you
I've
walk
been in the mall.
in, when you walk in there and there's like a load of like Christmas decoration, it was right there.
I'm tapped. I played in that tournament.
5 minutes away.
It's unbelievable. My memory's shut. It's all the alcohol. Don't drink, kids. Don't drink.
Well, where were we before you went off?
Well, are
on
you
one?
looking forward to the Philippine Open? Because obviously you're Mr. Social Media for the tour.
Yeah.
What do you make of it? The
I'm really
concept?
excited for it. I think for a start, the format change gives us something different. I think there'll be a lot of talent unearthed that we haven't heard of before. I think there's a wide range of different players playing it. I know young JB Sukel's coming and playing it, the social media star himself.
I was just about to ask you when you finished, did you manage to get him in?
The social media star himself, AJ's main rival, he's playing in it.
So Susel's in?
He's in, yeah.
Wow.
And obviously he'll be unseeded, so he could play Fed off. That's right.
Oh, wow. When are we doing the draw?
It'll be today.
The draw's getting done today?
It'll be done today.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I think it'll be really exciting.
Are we just doing the draw? Are we making a big deal of it? Are we doing some sort of filming about the draw?
No, because at the moment it'll just be done. I mean,
that's fine.
The arena still gets set up.
I'm only asking because I know you guys like to tell me last minute.
Yeah.
So I've not heard anything.
Carl, we need you filming over here in 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to the Philippine Open.
Me too.
A tournament that, US Open's got its own feel, 256 double a limb. Obviously the prestige, the World Championships 1 2 double a limb, but you don't got to win 2 matches, so it feels single a limbish, doesn't it? If that makes sense. And I think there's definitely room for more variety on the tour.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. Obviously, all Reyes Cup players are going to be playing in it.
Skylar Woodward's heading home.
He's heading home.
Other than that, the field.
This is what I mean. Captain America, not playing in a comp. He'd be getting a spanked ass if it were me. How's he not play?
Is that your man management of Skylar?
I mean, come on, you got to play in it. You're here.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes up
go have a word with
road.
him, pal. I think he's still in the hotel. Go have a word with him.
I
mean, he might be in the air now, but I'm not sure.
No, obviously, listen, joke. That's a bit of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
He's got a young family. I get it.
Yeah.
I was only messing.
But back to my original point, though. Just for Team Europe, obviously the lineup will get sorted probably this week. If you're Jason Shaw, you're the captain. You've got Labubu flying in from Hanoi. Moritz is obviously there. You're going to see whether it's, is it a Josh, is it a Cledio, is it someone else? Jason's also got a pick.
The likelihood
there's going to be some stuff going on this week.
The likelihood is it's going to be filler because the tournament's so tough. However, do we not? Well, we're not quite sure how far behind. You're about right, but I'm trying to, and I don't really have the prize money. I'm trying to think where he has to get to.
Yeah, well, Jonas is. It's
Cledio.
Jonas, Cledio, and.
No, it's Cledio, Jonas, isn't it?
It's Jonas in 5.
Let's just get it up on the
Jonas
phone.
in 5, Cledio in 4. They're the only 2 that can mathematically qualify.
Right, but do we have the prize money for the Philippine Open at hand?
Not off the top of my head.
Right.
But they're the 2 that can qualify.
Right. So, Phil's on 88,500. Call it.
Yeah.
Cledio's on 77,500, so he's 11 behind. Jonas is on 61, so he's a good chunk behind. The prize money for Philippine Open is not as high as the other Open events. It's a little bit lower, right? So there's not as much up for grabs. So Cledio, theoretically, you would think he's going to have to go quite deep.
Yeah.
Because he's 11,000 behind. So you would think...
Final.
Maybe final. I don't know what the semis pairs.
Yeah.
Not sure.
No, I'm not sure.
Maybe semis. He might get over semis. But in a normal Open format, quite brutal because he's got to win 3 matches before he gets to single elim.
Yeah.
In my tournament, 128, 64, 32, 16, and he's touching distance quarters.
Yeah.
5 matches. He'd have to win 7 or 8 matches in the other format. So it's not out of the equation, but you would think it's unlikely. You would bet against him doing it because of the strength. Well, we're saying strength. We know there's a lot of Filipinos in it who are obviously great, but we have still got some of the big stars missing. So it might... Listen, he can do it. He's a great player.
Of course he could.
But when does he fly in? When does he land? Is he already here?
Yeah.
Where's he coming from? Is he coming from Albania? He's got jet lag. You got to back against the kid doing it. So let's just say it's filler. You've still got 2 wild cards going in it. Neuhausen's played in this. This is like Mosconi's.
Well, Neuhausen's in. It looks like, well, unless some...
Labutus is in.
Labutus,
Yeah, 2. Let's just say filler, just for this chat. Sure, and then he's got a wild card.
Yeah.
Who's he picked for his wild card?
You picking Fran after last week? Are you picking Al-Qaedi? Are you picking Niels?
Jason, if you watch this, I'm ready. I'll be ready. I'll be ready for Ali Pally, don't worry.
Yeah, it's an interesting
Can
week.
he pick me? Serious question.
you might have to have a word with Emily about that one. Technically, you're not a professional player anymore, so I'm not sure how that one will work. But, you know, I'm sure if you have a couple of words here and there, maybe you'll be able to get your way.
No, who's he picked though? He's got a tough.
Yeah.
That's tough because, I mean, if it was me, and that was the team, Reyes did all right last year. There's a little bit of miss here. I don't know. Still feels a bit. He still feels a little bit raw to the team event for me. Still.
Fran?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
Al-Qaedi?
Al-Qaedi, good guy, good team player.
Solid, you know what you get.
I mean, listen, he was here. He was like almost part of the team here,
Yeah.
and he weren't playing. So that just shows you the character Al-Qaedi's got. So yeah, there's not actually a lot of options. I've always said this over the years. Everyone always said, "Oh, Europe could field 3 or 4 teams." I always thought that was nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't think the strength in depth's that good, as in playing in that arena.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent, but it's quite untested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you're playing in.
You know, like Moritz and Labut's a great example of that.
Correct.
Great talent,
Yeah.
untested in
Yeah.
that environment.
Well, you got Kazakas,
Yeah.
who apparently is the #1 player in the world.
Yeah.
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 Played in it twice, did terrible.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy playing in it.
Well, Philippines Open gets underway 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it is, because obviously the format changed a little bit.
Oh, so
And
the
it's
email
now,
I've
it's a
read.
5-day. It's a 5-day tournament.
Yeah, you've nicked
now.
a day off us there. I like that move.
Yeah, well, you can get to Boracay for a day on Sunday.
It's about an hour flight away, mate.
Yeah, hour there, hour back, easy.
I'm still invoicing 6 days anyway.
Well, 11 a.m. Carl, in the Philippines, live on WNT TV.
What were the
more to
issues?
say?
Did we get these issues? We had a few yesterday again, didn't we? But they got fixed. Is this all down to internet and servers and things like that?
That was to do with an issue back in the UK.
Right, so people watching,
Yeah.
we are aware of issues when they happen,
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We did communicate it on
Technical.
Facebook at the time.
Yeah,
you
well
know.
done, well done.
You know, we get out there to let the people know.
Where's your boy Jack?
Jack,
I've not seen him around ever. He's up to some of that boy.
he's
I've hardly
he's
seen
making
him.
phone calls, you know, trying to get the
I've seen
newspapers.
you.
Getting,
I've seen Phoebe. I've seen Ben every day.
Every day.
At Break Club. I've seen Jake. Not seen Jack much.
Right, well, Jack, if you're watching, Boys is after you.
Yeah, he's.
Shifty character.
Yeah, something's happening there. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Right, well, you've got another week to get to the bottom of that here in Manila. Philippines Open, now live tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Which mall?
at the Gateway Mall. And
Gateway
tickets are free.
Well, it's a mall. Just walk in.
Just walk in, grab an ice cream, walk in,
And
watch some pool.
If you see me, it's oat latte from Starbucks. Thanks.
See you there.